Everybody, Scorpion. So this is just a video about being diversified with your financial, whatever you want to call it. Diversity is key when it comes to this, depending on where you're trying to go, what you want to do, and that kind of thing. So if you didn't watch the last video I posted, there was some of that towards the end of it. You may want to watch this, so stick around. Alright, so as most of y'all know, I stack silver, gold, platinum, palladium, whatever I can get my hands on, whatever I can find cheap, depending on how much money I have as to how much I buy. To me, the key to that is have a budget set up as this is how much money you're going to spend a month, and don't go over that budget. In hand is in hand. I have this, I own this, this is mine. A bank can't close and take it from me. Somebody can't hack a system and take it from me. It's mine. You're gonna have to pry it out of my cold, dead hands. That's right. So this is mine. So I find this to be very important. Same with this. Yeah, it's just copper, but copper has a pretty decent intrinsic value, just like silver, gold, all that other stuff. So if you can't afford to stack silver, maybe start with some copper. Stack a little copper, turn it into silver. If you can't afford gold, stack some silver, turn it into gold. You know, there's different avenues and ways of going about this stuff. Now, with that said, I 100% believe in this, but at the same time, you know, your financial people out there will tell you you should have 3 months of savings in the bank in case you lose your job, you fall ill, anything. I can't say that I have that. I can't. But in principle, it's a good idea. You should have 3 months worth. Now, should you have 6 months worth? Well, I for one can tell you I have been out of work for 6 months for an illness. So I'd say 6 months is probably a lot safer than 3 months, because you really can't tell. You can't tell what's going to happen from day to day. You know, you think you're in a solid job and all of a sudden you get laid off. The economy goes up, it goes down. Everything's always changing. So to me, 6 months in the bank. Savings account now, not checking, it's just savings. That is your fallback in case something happens, you fall ill, you break a leg, you get laid off, whatever. To me, it's good to have that in silver or gold as well. At least 6 months. Just as a basis, and just as low premium stuff. The most biggest bang for your buck, you know, if you need to sell it, you're not losing a value because it's low mintage or super cool or, you know, whatever like that. So that to me is your basics. You know, you gotta have that cash, because that's what the world runs on right now. It still runs on that. Will it change? It might. We don't know. You got to have that in your hand, and in case you have an emergency, so you get to the end of that 6 months, or you start getting around that 4 month mark, you may want to start selling off some of that in hand, you know, silver, copper, gold, platinum, palladium, whatever you're holding, just to start making that money or bringing that money in, so you have extra that you can use. I do like to have small grams and, you know, stuff like that, because if I need a loaf of bread, I may be able to exchange a gram for a loaf of bread for somebody if the unmentionable happens. You know, worst case scenario, power outage for a month, or, you know, stuff like that. And it gives you that bartering skills with your neighbor. So that's just the basis on that side. Don't forget about the basis on your food. You're going to want enough canned food to sustain you for 6 months. You want enough meat to sustain you. But of course, with meat or refrigerated stuff, you know, you're also looking at power. You need power. If the power's out, how are you going to have power? Do you have solar? Do you have a whole home generator? How many hours do you need to run that stuff a day to keep your freezers frozen? That kind of thing. But we're kind of getting off topic because we're kind of doing the money side of stuff here. So with that stuff said, I like to be prepared, because you really can't ever tell what may or may not happen. Way back in the day, the stock market fell and people started jumping off buildings and stuff because of it. That's just insane. Don't ever put all of your money in one place. So I'm now starting to look into Bitcoin and some of the other Bitcoins, maybe some penny stocks, learning that a little bit, mining Bitcoin, possibly buying a little bit here or there as I can afford to. And other than penny stocks, some day trading. I'm starting to kind of look at that and learn that a little bit. Just because I don't want everything at one place. It's just too easy for one thing to be taken from somebody, and if that's where all your eggs are, you now don't have any eggs. So why would you do that, you know? And this market may go way up, and you can sell that stuff off, or sell half of it if it doubles your money, and put it over, you know, over here in something that's more stable, and wait for the other to go up again. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do other than just sitting around wishing to improve your financial services, abilities, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not saying throw large amounts of anything into anything, you know, never. Just play with it a little bit. Learn as you go. Find somebody who knows about it. Stuff like that. So, I mean, day trading, you can make some money fast, but there's some rules behind it, so you got to learn that. So I'm going to try to show some videos on that to help people with that if it's something they are interested in on this channel. I know nothing about it right now, so I'm starting from scratch. I have found that, you know, if you trade more than 3 times in a week, they'll shut your account down. I've learned that. I didn't find that the hard way. But they'll shut it down like 90 days. You got to have like 25,000 in the account to do that. If you get over like 250,000, you're supposed to get an LLC. You know, all kinds of different things. So, I mean, it's a learning thing. But it's a good way to make some money, play around. You don't have to have a fortune to do it. Of course, the more money you have, the more money you can make doing that if it doesn't crash. But you've got to learn your markets, know what the market's going to do, when you should do it, what time of the day is the best time of day. All that stuff. So I'm going to try to go through that stuff slowly in this channel for people to help show them, you know, stuff like that. There's a lot of big YouTubers out there that do this stuff, and that's what they're all about, and I'm never all about just one thing. It's not safe. It's not safe at all. So, you know, I have stocks, and I think long-term stocks are kind of like gold or silver, you know. They fluctuate, they go up and down. You're holding long-term in hopes that the long-term you're going to have something great, you know. But I mean, I'm looking at like my retirement accounts and stuff like that through my work, and they don't look too great to me, you know. 60K is, I mean, that's not even going to get me through a year. So I figure it's kind of time for me to start learning this stuff. Quit thinking, hey, I'm gonna put all this in other people's hands that know what they're doing They're not out there for you. They're out there for themselves, and they'll gladly roll your stuff around in a 401k, taking a percentage of it for the next 20, 30 years, and leave you with not much of nothing. So to me, it's important to learn this stuff yourself, especially if you're going to have money in it. I'm super late starting in this stuff, but better late than never, they say. And it's always been my thing to try to be diversified with stuff in life, because you don't know what may or may not happen. You may lose something. I mean, if you've got 100,000 in stocks and 100,000 in gold and silver and 100,000 in the bank, well, if the internet goes down, you still have 200,000. If the bank goes down, you still have 200,000. Not to say it's not going to make you sick and you're going to have to run to the bathroom and throw up in the toilet a few times because you lost $100,000, but it's still, you're covered. You're diversified. You didn't have 300,000 in the stock market and the stock market went away. Now you have nothing. So being diversified is the way to go in life. Also opens up different avenues and ways for you to make money and stuff. A lot of times, if your gold and silver go up, your stock goes down. If your stock goes down, your gold and silver goes up. So you're almost creating a safe barrier there for yourself. So if one's going down, something else is going up. If you got money in the bank, it's stable. It's not going anywhere. It's not making you nothing, but it's not going anywhere. And a lot of people like that. That's why they're using the banking system, because they know it's there. It's not going to be taken from them, or at least they thought, until a bunch of banks closed here in the last few years. So yeah, it's all about being safe, making sure you're covered, making sure your family's covered and taken care of, and being diverse in your thoughts and your actions in life to try to get yourself to where you're stable and you want to be, and you feel comfortable and you feel safe. So that's kind of where I'm going with this channel. I'll still be showing gold, silver, because I do try to pick up a little each month here and there. Me personally, once you're kind of stable, like you've got what you feel is safe amount of generics to sell in case of an emergency, then you start trying to go over to the numismatic side a little bit. And not so much as, hey, this coin's worth $500,000 and it's a 50-cent piece. I'm not saying that. That is some people saying, and if that's what you want to do, go for it. Send it in, get it graded, sell it if you want to sell it, put it on the shelf and save it, whatever makes you happy. But me, it's more of a series. There's only 500 minutes of this coin, so I pick it up. There's only 5,000 minutes of this coin, so I pick it up. There's 5 coins in the series, so I buy each one every 6 months or every year when it comes out. Completing those series it's just fun to me. So you want to stay interested in what you're doing. So ideally, and Lord knows nobody ever does anything ideally. I mean, look, I didn't buy a house till I had 3 kids. So but ideally, in life, you want to finish college, get that forever job, buy your house, have kids. Well, most of us mix that all up because life just doesn't happen like it's supposed to, or like you planned on it happening. So sometimes you have kids before you get a house. Sometimes you never make college. I mean, you just don't know. You don't know. And that's part of this, is preparing yourself and making sure you're covered and taken care of throughout life, and hopefully leaving something great for your kids later in life as well. So y'all let me know what you think in the comments, and feel free to shoot me any information on this that you would like, and I'm going to take y'all on this journey with me through these different things, learning this stuff. I have bought a tiny bit of stock here and there, nothing to ever even really talk about, but I do have a little something, and we're going to go through the steps of how to buy stock, how to create that account so you can buy stock. I'll be honest with you, I haven't even really learned how to cash it out yet, so I'm sure we'll learn that too. some day trading, some silver and gold, some cash, you know, a little bit of everything. We're going to kind of go everywhere having to do with finances. And this is just a little old country boy just feeling his way through it. So y'all be more than happy to bash me in the head with a bat in the comments or whatever when I do something dumb, because it's going to happen. But I'm going to share it with y'all. So that's kind of what this year is going to be about on this channel. And I've slacked off on this channel majorly because I've got so much going on. But I'm going to start trying to take a little time each week to create a couple videos for y'all and get this stuff out here in hopes that maybe it will help somebody. Because those of you that have known me for the last 4 or 5 years while I've been on YouTube, y'all know that's what I'm about. I'm about helping people. It's important to me. The world needs more kindness. More people to stop on the side of the road and help somebody. More people to push grandma or grandpa's groceries across the parking lot for them to their vehicle, load their car for them. Somebody's just having a bad day. They just look just pissed behind you in the drive-through line. Maybe you pick up their bill, you know. It's a whole lot of stuff. So I mean, it's little things you can do to help people, and this is going to be one of the ways I'm going to try to go about helping people this year, and hopefully helping myself in the same process. So hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody has a great year this year, and we'll see you next time.